Okay. Good things comes to those who wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ultimate way to be happy. Happiness comes within. Satisfaction comes within. When you realize the truth, that brings the happiness. That's why you have been listening to the talk 2.5 hours. We started 12:30 and we stopped at 3:20. It was more than 2.5 hours. Did you feel it? No. Because time flies when you're having fun. So you have to have this fun. Right. To recall, flower, okay. Is there a thing called flower? No. These are petals, aggregation, arrangements, arrangings. Different arrangements are the world, is the world. World means not a thing. But according to your world has things. That means your world means your perception. Apart from your perception, there's nothing. Do you know what's going on the other side now? That building. Huh? Do you know? Is it there? Is that thing is in your world? Whatever the incident that happens there? No. Do you understand what my point? You live in this moment. That's why at this moment, right at this moment, you have what? A bald head and a robe. How poor you are. See. Ladies and gentlemen, when you understand this, you have to fall in love with me. You have to fall in love with me means I love you all. When you love me, when I love you without expecting anything from you, that's where the true love comes. There's no differentiation, because you are also pumpkin and I'm also distorted. Tell me, pumpkin. You are also a product of Woolworth and Big New World and Pack and Save. I'm also a product of what? There's no me, special me in me than you. I am you, you are me. This is where the ultimate wisdom comes. This is where the ultimate loving kindness and compassion comes. This is what Buddha meant by metta. Metta happens when you realize. Realization brings the metta. Not metta happens and then realization happens. Realization brings the metta. That's why it says you have to listen, understand, comprehend the Dhamma. Sunata, dhareta, charata dhamme. Okay, let's go back to that Buddha world. You were in the Mara world, right? With Maras, demons. You have subscribed to demons channel. Even you put you press the bell button as well. But I am not subscribed to Mara's demons channel. I am with the Buddha's channel. When you subscribe to Buddha's channel, you start this journey. Not as a monk, but you will be in a lay person, but you will behave like a monk. Now you all behave like a monk. Key. I'm not offending you. No. Pressure, release. 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 I'm going to show you how this pressure comes, how this pressure happens, I'm going to show you mother and father of the pressure. Remember? I'm thinking which way to start. Tick, taka, tika, tuka, tak, tick, tuk, tak, tick, tuk, tak, tick, tuk, tak. Okay. It depends on your merits. Okay. If you are expecting Santa Claus to come to your place, what will happen? You are expecting the Santa. You are expecting Santa. You are crying. Your children are crying, let's say. Mama, I want Santa. Why Santa didn't appear? He should come now. Will that happen or not? Huh? Santa? Is it the signing page? Whatever the thing. Just keep it like for time being. I'll give you some time. If you are expecting Santa, would you be able to get the Santa? Get Santa. Would you be able to see Santa? Not get Santa, see Santa. Will he come to your place? No, why? Santa does not exist. Tell me, Santa does not exist. Santa is a concept. Do you know that? But when you were children, when you were a child, I remember Coca-Cola ad, a Coke ad or something. I remember when I was a child, I thought, okay, America and England, they have the Santa. He's going with, the deers and hey. You remember? I thought, okay, it is there. And later my mom and dad told me, it's not there, it's something, a concept. And those days, I think somebody told me it's Santa is green color, but because of the Coke ad, it turns to red. Yes, Pakulatero told me, right? Yeah, is it true? Yes. See? Anyway, it doesn't matter which color, I don't care, but Santa is not there, isn't it? So, let's say you have an idea. There's an idea that Santa is there. A child has an idea. Child doesn't know anything. She is ignorant, isn't it? He is learning. Red pen? What is red pen? Red marker? What? I don't know. What is this? This aggregation is called what? Bulbul. Now you can expert in aggregations. There's an idea that Santa is there. Now as a result of that idea is there, Santa is there, now there's a clinging to experience Santa. There's a clinging. Clinging means you hook with that idea. Where is the Santa? Now you're searching for Santa. There's a clinging. There's a wanting. There's an attachment to experience Santa. That's why that kid is asking, where's the Santa? Where's the Santa? Don't worry, I'm not talking about Santa Claus. I will match with what I wanted to tell you, okay? Let's go with Santa. Then the first session was about happiness. The second session was aggregation. Now this session is about Santa. What is this? It does not make sense at all. Wait. There's an attachment to experience Santa. As a result of that, now there's a wanting. Wanting means now clinging, always thinking about Santa. Is there a Santa or not Santa? No. As a result of that, since there's no Santa, mental vexation appears. Now because of that, vexation happens. Pressure develops in that little kid's mind because he is expecting for Santa. Santa is not there. How come that happened? He is there. He should be there. He should come. Think about that child's mindset. When he is having that mindset, what happens? Pressure builds up, isn't it? Santa is there. You want to experience Santa. Because of that, mental pressure builds up because Santa is not there. He is having a wrong idea. This idea is wrong. Now there's a mental pressure builds up. Why? Looking for Santa. When it goes beyond the threshold limit, when it cut off the threshold limit that child can hold, what will happen? The child start eluding Santa. Santa came and gave this to me. Santa. This is Santa. Santa. What do you think? Now what happened? Now that kid is taking a flower and saying, this is Santa. And Santa gave this to me. Now what you can tell about that child's mind now? Sane or insane? Insane. Why? No Santa, but can't tolerate the pressure. Because it cannot tolerate the pressure, it has gone over the limit now. Now that child feels, Santa, my Santa. then you will take to the mental hospital. You know why? Because the mind has gone insane, crazy. Now, artificially creating a sense of center. Artificially creating. Additional creation has to do to experience a center. Do you understand what my point is? Because there's no center. By hook or crook, I need the center. Okay, no center. No center, then center. That means what? Artificially creating a sense of center. By taking anything, you create what? Center. It's like you're waiting for John to come at 5 o'clock bus. John didn't appear at 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock bus also he didn't appear. 7 o'clock bus also he didn't appear. 8 o'clock bus, now you have gone the limits, and then you go and hug a person. Oh, you are John. Thank you very much for coming. What happened to his mind? Gone crazy. Agree? This is happening to you right now as well. But you don't know. This is happening to you right now as well, but you don't know. Then after the vexation, it has gone crazy and artificially creating. Artificially creating a sense of what? Center. Earlier I said, there should be energy to sense. Did you get the point? Because sensing business needs energy. Otherwise, the light has to light up. In order to light up the light, you need electric current. That means energy. Right? Everything that we can see in the world are energy. That's why E equals mc squared. Mass is also energy. Energy is also... No, not mass. Mass is not there. Mass is mass of energy. Tell me, is there a mass called mass or aggregation level is high? This is densely aggregated energy. We can call it what? Mass. Do you understand that? Aggregation is too high, too dense. These are solids. Got it? Solid means solids. Not solid, but closely packed. Remember that you learn in the 3 states of the matter? Remember? See? You have, it was there with you, but you didn't see it that way. We study, but we don't perceive it that way. It's because of this spell that you have been enchanted. So, in order to experience this Santa sense, the crazy Santa sense, you need some energy. Right? You don't have any energy, so you collect from the free energy and aggregate and create this an additional aggregation of energy. The sense is also what? Energy, right? Aggregation of energy. So you create an additional aggregation of energy. That additional aggregation energy is the sense that you experience what? Not you. The child experience what? Santa. Because that mind has gone crazy now. Because of the craziness, mind feels an artificial feeling. The Santa exists. When he sees the flower, he sees a Santa. You know what I mean? When you see the flower, if you see a Santa, then there should be a problem in your perception, isn't it? You are artificially sensing something does not exist. Do you understand that? No? Yes? No? You are sensing, additionally to the flower, you are sensing something else. That's why flower, then Santa. Santa is there. A mom is expecting a baby for 10 years and she had a baby. After 7 months, the baby passed away. Now what happened? Mom is taking a baby doll and saying that this is my baby, and she is bathing her and doing all these things. Why? Because she was expecting for 10 years and she had this baby. The mental pressure is too high. She can't tolerate. Now she's gone crazy. And now in her mind, it creates an artificial sense of what? Artificial sense of what? Baby. It's not there, it's a baby doll. Sorry, the plastic one. But you feel a baby. You categorize them as crazy people, isn't it? You put them into mental hospital, right? Let's see. What is the true mental hospital? Where's the true mental hospital? It's there in the mental hospital or it's there in the outside? Let's see, huh? Now replace this Santa with entity. Entity. Uniqueness, separation, thing. Now what happened? There's an attachment to experience things. There's an attachment to experience entities. Is it an entity or aggregation? Orange or oranging? Aggregation. Remember? Not remember. Now feel the same way. Is it one entity or aggregation? Aggregation, right? Cellular aggregation. I mean, you have to feel from bottom of your heart, ladies and gentlemen. It's not knowledge. I'm planting a sense within you. Does that make sense? Like a cloud. Cloud is not there, but you can refer to as cloud, but what is there is what? Water vapor aggregation, arrangements. So everywhere in the world you can see, feel, smell, taste, touch, aggregations, arrangements. Agree? Now there's an idea that there are entities, not aggregations. There's an idea entities are there, unique things are there, separate things are there. What can you tell about this idea? Is it true or wrong? Now you are expert, tell me. Because first session, second session we practice it. Right? Is there an entity? Smallest thing? No. Smallest thing also what? Aggregation. Energy being aggregated. Energy is dispersed energy. Free energy get aggregated. So this is an aggregation. No, sorry. There's an idea, right, that entities are there. Separate things are there. There's an idea. Do you understand that? Because of there's an idea, it's possible. The idea says you can experience different entities, special things. Because of that, there's an attachment to experience that experience. What experience? entities, uniqueness. Do you understand this point? Uniqueness. See, I told you there are two types of senses. One is the naming sense, the other sense is what? Thing sense. Boundaries, that you made something. Remember those days, from the building blocks, you created something. Have you created something from the building blocks, or you arrange that building blocks in a particular arrangement and then say, this, I created this? Mama, I created a car. Where's the car? There's no car. There's an arrangement of building blocks. Mama, then I arrange that arrangement, car arrangement, into a plane arrangement. Is there a plane or plane arrangement? Oh, building block is not a plane arrangement. How about plane? That is also an arrangement. That material can be there in your body as well after million years. Who knows? The same electrons, proton, the carbon, this board has carbon electrons, right? Carbon atoms. The electrons in the carbon atom, this board, is it that electron is angry with my carbon atoms here? No, they don't have an agenda to be in the board or be in a body. So this is this and this is this. This is this and this is this. There's no this in this and there's no this in this. This is going beyond the words, ladies and gentlemen. This is. This is not this, and this is, you feel this is this, and you feel this is this. And also that you feel this is not this, and this is not this. But when you come to realization, then you feel this is also aggregation, this is also an aggregation. This is same energy, this is same energy. This is means this is means this is. Nothing. No, there's no thing. Do you understand this? Then you don't have to go to Rome to see the Rome in the Rome. Because there's no Rome in Rome, there's no Queenstown in Queenstown. Queenstown is also Rome. Does that make sense now? You are taking Panadols. Thinking that Panadols gives happiness. My goodness. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens. There's an idea that unique entities are there. As a result of that, there's an attachment to experience unique entities. Now what happened? The world is not supporting for that idea because there's no entities in the world. Everywhere you can see aggregation. Even the perception itself is also an aggregation. That's why I didn't say hello, I said hello. There's no chicken in the chicken, there's no orange in the orange, even in the perception also there's no orange in the orange. Because perception is also fragmentations. Don't think that you can recall all, your memory consists with one thing. It's also fragmented memory. Don't think that you have those memories, they are. No, you recall one by one and creating the story again. You know, those days we did these things. You know, those people, all the people, when they get together, they remnants about, you know, those days we did these things. When you talk about these things, you are recalling one piece by one piece by one piece and collecting a story again. Do you think when you play a CD, James Bond, Film. Do you think that film is in the CD? James Bond in the CD? No, CD has 101010. Right? There's no James Bond in the James Bond film. Film is an aggregation of what? Pictures. No? You know that, but you don't feel it. Crazy. Now what happened? There's a vexation builds up in the mind to experience an entity. Ladies and gentlemen, the environment, the nature does not support for this. As a result of that, mind has to artificially create. Mind has to artificially create. This is what we call abhisankara. Artificially, abhinava, new, I'm referring to Pali. Artificially, new sense. A separate sense. A sense of thing. Mind has to create additionally a sense of not Santa. Do you understand this point? This is not there in the world. Perception or anywhere you have, what it refers to is not there. This is so funny. Rich man is not a rich man. Rich man, Dhanapala nemi. Rich man is not rich man. Rich man is not a rich person. Do you understand now? Rich man is not a rich man. Rich person. Rich man. Oh, sorry. Something like this sense telling a thing. Right? But that sense is also what? Aggregation. This sense is also lightly aggregated energy. Artificially creating means taking free energy and creating a sense. Can we all come to conclusion? Senses are also aggregation of energies. We discussed that. Likewise, there's a sense, this is little bit deep, I'm very fine-tuning this. There's a sense developing within your mind right now that is artificially gathered energy. That is also an aggregation. But it says it's a thing. Rich man, it's not rich. The feeling, it's like a mirage. You can see water, but it's not there.
It's because of the attachment that we are clinging to, and we are creating the artificial sense of it, which we are calling it.
Yes, because of the attachment to experience a thing. It's not you are creating. It is happening. As a result of that, now you feel you. I'm talking about the fundamental perception you experience each and every moment. You. Don't you feel you? Don't you feel that you exist? I'm talking about that sense. How that is created. Do you understand now? Now tell me, where's the father and mother of the vexation? Is this idea right or wrong? Wrong. Wrong idea means ignorance. Clinging to that idea means what? Attachment. Is it attaching to the children or buildings or those things? Chicken or fried rice? No. There's a ground level attachment to experience a self, experience an entity, experience a uniqueness. Do you get the madam? Do you get it, madam? You know that when you feel orange, you feel the thing. You feel it because of this process. I'm talking to you that this is a process that generates that feeling. I'm showing the model, a model. This is because of my teachers, not me. Okay, don't say that Swaminathan is really no teachers. Because of this, now there's a sense of a self, sense of an entity, sense of an identity, sense of a beingness, sense of a oneness. Whatever you name it, you have it. But the thing is that the name that you are giving a name to a baby, the baby doesn't have those qualities. That refers to that name. It's like you're naming a baby kind-hearted, right? And that baby is very rude, right? Likewise, there's an aggregation, but it says what? That feeling feels what? An entity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Buddha referred to jati. Jati means not rebirth. Jati means different jati. Ek jati, I'm sorry, I'm saying in Sinhala. Ek jati, different entities. Buddha has given this sense another name. Jati. When you are translating, people misunderstood that this jati means rebirth. Not rebirth. There's a sense of separation. It's like Woolworth, New World. New World sugar is not Woolworth sugar. Home brand sugar. New World sugar is not Woolworth sugar. Woolworth sugar is not New World sugar. No. They are taking from the same sugar bag. Sugar is sugar. But when you buy, you feel New World sugar is better than. This is like British milk and New Zealand milk. Cow does not know that I am British cow and I am New Zealand cow. Cow is giving milk. You label it as New Zealand milk is better than British milk. Okay. You have to go insane to feel this, isn't it? Don't you think that everybody has gone insane to feel the separation? I'm not telling that still, ladies and gentlemen, even though I understand, I feel it from the bottom of my heart, I can see difference. But I have a feeling that these are same. Then I'm not searching for one thing, then the other thing. There's no clinging in the mind to experience different things, because all the perceptions are perceptions. This is the way to become the neutral. Okay, you don't feel a difference because you see the difference, but you don't feel the difference. You can see mirage, you can see water in the mirage, It's like this. Earlier there was a magic, and you have seen the magic, and you had wow factor. Then I unveiled the magic, and I showed you how that happens. As a result of that, now still you can see the magic, but you don't feel the wow factor, because you won't fall for the magic, because you know it's a magic. Likewise, similarly, it's an analogy. There's a difference that you can see, but truly there are no entities that hold an orange or apple. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is also electron, proton, neutron aggregation. Air is also electron, proton, neutron aggregation. This is also electron, proton, neutron aggregation. I can explain it like, when you put two ice cubes inside water, ice is also made out of water, water is also made out of water, the other ice cube is also made out of water. Inseparable. This is something you can't see from your naked eye, but you can experience from your third eye. Real eye to realize. You need real eyes to realize. That eye is not open. So this is the process, that opening that eye. It takes time. Full day. Imagine in Melbourne and Sydney, we are going to do 3-day retreat. If this is only 1 day, so we've been talking this slowly and slowly, more slowly, slowly, again for 3 days. This is what we have to do. Let me explain this. I'm going to unpuzzle the puzzle, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen. Now what happens? Energy is being aggregated. Do you understand that? It's gone crazy, mad, insane, and because of insane, it is aggregating energy to feel a sense, a separation. Do you understand that part? Agree or no? Because the mind is expecting what? Separation. Is there any separation in the world, or same energy is there? Do you think that light energy is not the wind energy? Do you get the separate energy for your fridge and separate energy for your electricity for your light? Okay. The electricity that generates from the wind turbine is also the same electricity that generates from the diesel turbine. That means whatever the electricity that you have inside the brain, and how about that electricity that you have inside the brain, that in your brain, madam? Your impulses and your impulses doesn't have any difference. These are impulses. Sodium, chlorine, potential. Sodium, potassium, potential difference. Channels. Do you understand my point? That's why we say we all are children of God. Which God? Energy. This is what Jesus was trying to explain to that people. He failed because they killed him. This is the way to love thy neighbor. Love your neighbor. Because neighbor is also you. Am I not loving neighbors? Am I not I'm loving my neighbor. See, you are my neighbor. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I don't feel a difference between Bible, Quran, Bhagavad Gita. All consist the same message, because there's only one truth. When you realize the truth, you don't feel the separation. Different religions are there. Why? The ground level is what? I mean, okay, if you believe Jesus or whatever, I am believing that God. Okay, I am believing this God. That God is not this God, isn't it? Is it? If two gods come to you, you all are same. You are also pumpkin, I am also pumpkin. He would say like that. You know what I mean? Because everything is same. Everything is same means what? There's no separate thing. Do you understand this? Sir, you got it? If you look like this, I feel like, no, you didn't get it. That's why I'm asking again and again. Okay? Did you understand that there's an artificial sense creating in the mind to experience this? Because there's nothing exists. This is an artificial. This is something artificially created. Do you understand that? Now what happened? This is something that artificially created, and this aggregation, this energy, the trapped energy is being stored. We don't want to let it go. This energy is trapped energy. The next, what is happening to that trapped energy is getting stored. What are these cells? Energy balls. Whatever the energy trapped here, now stored. Do you understand? Because this is something artificially created. Can let it go? No, can't let it go, because this is something valuable. Sense of separation is valuable or not? Now you are saying not, right? When I asked before, at the beginning, yes, of course, Swami knows, otherwise he will be same as me. I need to feel special. That's why when you go to a meeting, you should feel what? Special. Don't you feel? Ego comes because of this. Ego happens after this. I am, you or me, okay, this sense is telling that it is me, right? I. This sense is telling you that it is I, me, being, unique, one entity, whatever, right? At this moment, you also have that, right? Sense? You also have that sense. I also have that sense. What is the difference between your me and my me? Nothing. But the thing is, irony of that is, the very fact that the same sense feels my me is not your me. Your me is your me. My me is my me. How dare you say that your me is my me? My me is special. My me is associated with the PhD. Your me is associated. This is where the differentiation happens. When you feel special in a particular thing, you start to feel there are similar things and there are non-similar things. When you feel special, not you, like, let's say, when you feel this is this, this is this, Then that feeling comes with another two feelings. That is, there are similar things like this and there are non-similar things like this. This is the mango question that Mahinda Thero asked from the Devanam-Pitissa. That Tissa is going after deer. These Tissas are going after New Zealand dollars. I am the same Mahinda. My name is Mahinda. When you feel this is this, then that sense develops another sense. What? There are similar things to this and there are non-similar things to this. Don't you hear? When you say, I love chocolate cake, that means chocolate cake has chocolate cake. Is there? No. When you feel chocolate cake is there in the chocolate cake, then you have the wanting, vexation, because vexation comes because of that you don't have the chocolate cake. Vexation happens in your mind because to create the speciality in the chocolate cake. When you feel chocolate cake is special, that happens after vexation. Did you understand that point? Chocolate cake, when you create the value to it, that is something artificial. It's not there. This is something artificially creating. To create that artificially value to the chocolate cake specifically, because you are now specifying, you are now segregating, separating, specializing a chocolate cake out of everything. In order to feel special about chocolate cake, you have to go through vexation. Do you understand this? It's like when you come to Wellington. So when you go to Christchurch, you have to pass Wellington, isn't it? If you are coming from Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch. If somebody says, now he is in Wellington. If somebody says, I came to Christchurch, he is in Christchurch, right? Now he is telling, I came to Wellington passing the Christchurch. He started the journey from Auckland, right? Now he is in Christchurch. Now he says, I came to Wellington passing Christchurch. True or false? False. You didn't get it? Okay. These are leaves, right? These leaves belong to the tree. This fruit belongs to the tree. These roots belongs to the tree. Stem belongs to the tree. Flowers belongs to the tree. Isn't it? Or because of the flowers, leaves, stem and root, it creates a sense of tree. Sense of tree happens later. Sense of flowers, fruits, roots, stem, this happens first. But when you feel it opposite way. Now you got it? At least. Good. Butterfly, right? This is butterfly, this aggregate the butterfly. These things comes first and then butterfly happens, right? Likewise, vexation happens first and then you feel special cake. Uniqueness feels after the vexation, but you can't experience that separation. You feel what? Vexation also there. Now you feel speciality in the cake as well. Now what you do? You go and eat the cake. This is because of you are insane now. You can't understand what's going on here. Do you understand this? This is the curse. This is a spell. This is not true. This is a false sense of existence. It's a false sense of separation. It's a false sense of uniqueness. In order to generate that false sense of uniqueness, mind has to go through vexation to bring artificially energy to feel that speciality. Do you understand now? That energy aggregations are stored. These energy aggregations release their energy when the presence of environment that creates the naming process. You know the perception? Usually you feel pen feeling plus thing feeling, right? You know, pen feeling happens naturally. It happens because of the previous incident. The energy that was stored previously now releasing through a perception and free the energy. It's going to free energy. Right? Who is the creator of this energy? Because this is where energy is being generated. I'm going to show you a trap. This is a perfect trap, ladies and gentlemen. I'll explain this, you will understand. Can you hear clap? Can you see the hand? This process of perception happens naturally, isn't it? Can you control it? Close your eyes. Try not to see black color. No. Color perceptions, you can't stop it. Even you close your eyes, you perceive black color. Even you open your eyes, you perceive colors. It doesn't matter whether you open or close. Perception, tell me, happens. Do you understand this? Sound perception happens, light perception happens, color perception happens, taste, smell, touch. Is there a problem in there? No. But when this perception happens, whatever this ignorance and attachment is now starting the job. It is creating, you know that this is aggregation of energy, right? Now it is now releasing through a series of cascade of reaction to free energy. Trapped energy is going through a process of to release that energy to free energy. Do you understand that? I told you that this process is, you know, the red color process is artificially taking energy and creating this sense of self Right? It is using the releasing energy, that is releasing the energy that is being released here, is getting again trapping and putting back. This is what we call samsara. Now tell me, this process, nurture it. It comes, again trap it. It comes, trap it. It comes, trap it. This process continues. Do you understand this? Now, you know that there's a sense of separation as a result of that. This positively confirming this idea is correct. Because you feel this is something and this is something. Then you feel from the bottom of your heart, this is not this, this is this, and this is this. As a result of that, it confirms that Santa is there. It confirms not Santa is there, but entities are there. That leads to again attachment and vexation, and again this process now nurture itself, and the perception, this process will, is there an end to this process? No, because why? Because whatever the energy we really release, this is trapping again and putting back. This is the game that you are playing. Samsara is not rebirth and die, and when you pass away, you be born again. You pass away, you born again. No. Samsara is every chitta, every mind is creating a sense of separation, sense of self, that leads to what? You are creating causes, environment, to experience again another perception. Right at this moment you see, at the same time you feel sense of separation. Then you create the causes to create again another seeing process. Then what you give is what you get. What you give is what you get. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is like juggling. The ball comes, you pass it. Again come, pass it. Oh. Can you stop? No. You have an idea. You have to keep the ball always in the air.
Is this the karmic energy you were talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the karmic energy. Karmic energy means the trapped energy because of the sense of separation, sense of self. I is creating the karma.
Is there any way to break the cycle?
Wonderful. This is what I was expecting from you. The second session we did after Bakulatero, and Bakulatero also did the same thing, and then the previous session, what I was doing is breaking the cycle. Unbeknowingly, isn't it? You don't have to know that you are eating chicken. It doesn't matter. If you feel chicken, that's fine, right? Ladies and gentlemen, breaking this cycle, you can't break from here, nothing. This is very trapped. Only the Buddha found only place to break this cycle. Reconfirming the idea. Reconfirmation happens. That's why I was telling you that is it an entity or is it an aggregation? Then you said what? Aggregation. The moment you confirm that, yeah, it is an aggregation, what you are doing is, you are breaking, you are tapping, you are fighting against this idea. That's why even though you say yes, the next moment you feel, but Bante, because you have been training with this. You have been living with this for samsaric journey, eons and eons and eons. This is not an easy task, ladies and gentlemen. You have to start practicing. Do you understand this? I mean, if you don't understand this, if you understand this about aggregation story, that's also enough, because we have done that. What I have told you, what I have showed you, what's going on.
It's like accepting that the idea is wrong.
Wrong. What you bear is wrong. Even though you feel since still you feel that you are you, but you know that, I mean, you have to prove to your mind that the same rice that you are also eating, I am also eating. How can you be you and me? This is something you are questioning to you. And now tell me, in order that to happen, you need to associate like-minded people. Because you are associating green people or red people. Congratulations. You can enjoy this later in the eons. Don't worry, you will be born again. Right? It does not matter, it doesn't change anything, because you will be in the same trap. That's why, ladies, and it says, I've tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, it does not even matter. I've tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, it does not even matter. You have to create the sense again and again and again.
So if we relate it to the first session where it was mentioned that we are getting the ideas from the environment. So this is the idea that we are getting.
Not only environment, your previous chitta is supporting to the next chitta. Take this baton and do the same thing I did.
More nachos, I believe.
More?
Nachos from the...
More nachos, yes. You are the one who said nachos. Yes. Then you did more nachos, more nachos, more nachos. Then, is there a different type of nachos as well? Because this vexation comes within all the time. Because you have the wrong idea. That is the root cause of vexation, ladies and gentlemen. Vexation happens not because of the cake, not because of the spaghetti, not because of the apple. Vexation happens because of what? The wrong idea that you possess, that different entities, separations, uniqueness, special things exist in the world.
And that's the mental pressure?
That is the mother of and father of mental pressure. One day, let's say one day you got rid of this idea out of your mind after trying this attempt, after practicing, after associating so many people, like-minded people, Mahasangha, noble friends. You were able to get rid of this idea out of your mind, then there's no attachment, there's no mental vexation, you don't feel any speciality, you don't have to do any artificial sense to create an artificial sense of what? Separation. As a result of that, there's no putting back the balls, energy balls. And after you complete that energy balls, what is left there? It will be the end. That is what we call enlightenment. Enlightenment means getting rid of the wrong idea. Ignorance, get rid of the ignorance is what we call enlightenment. After enlightened, a person lives, still perceive. That is what Arihatun Wahanse is living. Arihatun Wahanse doesn't feel special things. Arihatun Wahanse still feel coconut and apple. But Arihatun Wahanse, whatever the enlightened person, does not feel coconut in a nut. There's nut in a coconut. There's a thing in a coconut. There's an entity in an apple. Arihatun Wahanse feels apple sense and flower sense, a pen. Bulbul sense and orange sense. Ladies and gentlemen, because of this uniqueness, special feeling, you start to experience death, fear, anger. Now tell me, when you feel special about you, even when I'm talking to you, if I say, "Hey idiot," then you feel, he scolded at me. My me and his me, same or different? Same, but you don't feel in that way. As a result of that, the fire comes out. When you are dealing with people, if you can feel the same way that they also feel the same way like you feel, even though they scold at you, you don't feel a separation, because that is what you receive, is what you have given. Perception happens because of the energy that you have stored, isn't it? When you scold me, let's say this madam is scolding me, idiot. Then I know, thank you. Thanks to you, I lived that moment. Isn't it? Thanks to the energy, whatever the electrons, protons, neutrons that there, I had a perception. Okay, I'm going to break another thing now. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether this is too much, but I feel that you won't meet me again. I feel like that, but I know that you will come. But even I don't know, so I give maximum, right? Hurry. I'm about to stop, don't worry. Because when I say thank you very much for coming, you're going to lose this Green People Association. Then you will be in your Red People Association. And that association creates the degree. PhD in what? Sense of self. Ladies and gentlemen, because of the vexation, it creates the artificially what? Aggregation, right? This aggregation process, that I told you that it artificially aggregate the energy. This process creates not only these balls, but also other aggregations as well. Some other aggregations as well. You know where are they now? Who created this? Who created these electrons? You can proudly say, who else? Us. The world is a playground to the mind. That mind created the world. A spider created its own web, and spider lies on that web and take the food that comes to that web and recreate the web and lies on the web. Ignorant mind created these aggregations, and now ignorant mind is feeling separation using these aggregations, but they are same. Do you understand this point? These are same. Same means different arrangement. That is why we name this as theory of everything. Theory of every. Perception, that is why Bible says God created the man and then earth, sun. The planet appears. Because of the ignorant mind, because of the aggregation process, that created the rest of the world. Yes, sir.
So, I just want to clear something. Actually, I could understand that you said earlier that your me and my me is same. I couldn't understand. This is the thing. There are some foreigners here. I'm sorry about they couldn't understand. What about the Lord Buddha's me and the Devadatta's me? Is that the same and how?
Yes. You can refer to this process as me. Right? You can refer this aggregation as what? Orange. You can refer this aggregation as what? An apple. You can refer this aggregation as what? You, me, he, she. These are just shell. There's no fruit in there. Shell, covering, referring, naming only. Got it? I explained that artificially there's a sense of self. It's an artificial creation of sense of self, sense of separation, sense of aggregation, sense of uniqueness. It happens every mind. Right at this moment, your mind also experiences this. Do you understand that? That experience and my experience, this mind experience and your mind experience, is there a different or same energy? Same energy. Your feelings and my feelings, it's like hydropower electricity and wind power electricity. There's no difference. Same energy. Do you understand now that? That means your you means that your you feeling and my me feeling also what? Same. Did you get that? That's why I said that we are not separate entities. We are children of God. Don't think that I am telling you to become a Christian or Buddhist. No, see, I told you, right? Now I don't know what I'm telling now. I'm taking I'm taking examples from the Bible. I'm taking, it says in the Bhagavad Gita, it's the same thing. Ayan nija paroveti ganana lagu chetasam udara charita nam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Fool says, oh, this belongs to me, this belongs to him, that belongs to him, this is me, that is me, this is him. Separation. Vaisa says, one world, one family. This is what I have been explaining throughout this day. One world, one family. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. You are returning to a common source. If you know the common source, if you know where you come from, you will be kind-hearted like a grandmother, dignified as a king. You can deal with whatever that life brings to you. When the death comes, you are ready. This is in Taoism. You are returned into a common source. This is you. The process of perception. You are returned into a common source. Free energy. Nibbana. This is the state of Nibbana. Not the United States. United States is not United States because they are United States. If you want to become if you want to be united, this is the state. When you don't feel the separation, then you all are, I feel that you all are like my mother and father. I don't feel that you are a separate being. I know that you are suffering because of this wrong, false sense of the separation. I came here to help you. That's why the moment I started, I was happy. Now I also happy. You are sad because you lose this now. The association. Okay.
You were saying just now about the sense of I and you said jati. So how is jati different from atta?
Jati is the atta feeling.
Jati is atta.
I mean, Buddha referred to same thing with different names. When you read the books, you get so confused. When you understand this from the bottom of your heart, then you read the book. This is what he meant. My goodness. When you read the book and try to understand, then you get entangled in everywhere because he is referring to he is giving different names to the same experience. Like, that how many words I told you? Being, thing, uniqueness, entity, special. So many words to explain the same idea because why? You have different names of that. I. When I say ignorant, do you know that? No. You have no idea. Right. Now, this is the wrapping up. I'm not alone. I'm coming from a monastery, Bakulatero, and we have 1,000 people gathered in that monastery and practicing this Dhamma path. We have created, association, noble association. You don't have to become a monk, but even though you are like a layperson, you can start practicing this. We are giving this opportunity to everybody. It's not something, I mean, you don't have to pay anything, but you need to lend your heart. Help us to help you, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something what we can do within one day. You have been enchanted by a spell. We have to do that exorcism. I am an exorcist to get rid of that evil spirit out of your mind. See, I'm an exorcist. That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we practice. We live by this wisdom. We live by this Dhamma. We live every morning to night. I am practicing. As a result of that, I don't feel tired, I don't feel stressed, I don't feel fear, I don't feel anxious. The death sense of, when death comes to you, you feel fear, you feel angry, you feel suffering. When you were born, everybody is smiling and you were crying. Remember? Take that revenge. When you die with a smiley face. And when everybody cries.